favorite video each month, my monthly book haul. If you're new, I make this video every single month where I just chat about every single book that I've either purchased or acquired, where I got it from, how much I spent, and stick around because I always share the grand total of how much was spent on books per month at the end. I created this series on my channel as a way to share some more financially friendly ways to acquire books into your life, aka thrifting and like little free libraries and stuff like that, and also as a way to hold myself accountable. But it's kind of just turned into a never-ending TBR list where I just can't help but buy books. Some may say it's a problem, but it brings me joy, and I think I did a really great job this month. I acquired 36 new books, but the total might surprise you. So right now, guess how much I spent on 36 books for the month. Comment your guess down below if you want to see how close or accurate you are. The average per book is also so surprising in my opinion. So we have 5 categories to get through for the month of April. We've got independent bookstores, Barnes & Noble, gifted/PR, little free libraries, and thrifted. So let's dive right into this video. And if you are new, please subscribe. I will leave my book playlist down below of all the other bookish videos I create. I also do have a Goodreads book talk bookstagram and a storefront with a lot of books and home decor and just everything kind of organized for you. But we have so many exciting books to chat about today, so let's get right on into this. Starting with category number 1, which is independent bookstores. I did pre-order one book from Meet Cute this I pre-ordered it a few months ago, but it arrived this month. Like I said, it was from Meet Cute, which is a romance bookstore in San Diego, and the reason that I ordered from them is because they had pre-orders available of Enchantra by Kaylee Smith, and the reason that I pre-ordered it from Meet Cute is because they had personalized, signed pre-order copies available. I am so grateful for this. It literally has my name on it by Kaylee Smith. I love it so much. So I got this in the mail, and then they also included some artwork of Genevieve and Rowan. I got a bookmark, and then Meet Cute also included this postcard and said happy reading on it. Definitely be sure to be following your local or independent bookstores on socials, because that is how I was notified that they had signed copies of this available for you to order. My total for this first category comes out to $24.99. I did purchase one book from Barnes & Noble this last month, and it is because I was so desperate to get this beautiful sprayed edges edition of Kiss of the Basilisk. I believe this is like the only print that will have the special edges like this. When I was deciding to purchase this book, I looked at like so many different options, and Barnes & Noble did surprisingly come out to be the cheapest because I had a $5 coupon for being a member. I had my membership discount, and then I also did have free shipping because I was a member. So I ordered it online, and my total for this category for this deluxe edition only came out to $11.17, which is such an amazing steal of a purchase. This book before tax and all of that in store would have been $18.99, like $20, and I got that cut down in half basically. Side note, I'm so excited for this book. I mean, it's stunning, it's beautiful, and if you did not know, this is a traditionally published version of a once indie published book that was called Split or Swallow. It's a shame they had to change the title for publishing. Either way, I'm just so excited for this book, so let me know if you've read that. Moving on to category number 3, gifted or PR. So I did meet up with my friend who works in publishing this month, and she actually gifted me a handful of more books from her publishing house. She works at a very spiritual, witchy publishing company, so all of the books and products that they print are obviously going to be kind of witchy and fun. So a few weeks ago when I got coffee with her, she came bringing a ton of gifts, a ton of free books. If you're into spiritual or witchy books, I think you're going to love these, and I'll link them down below. And if you're not, just feel free to skip ahead a little bit and we'll move right on past. I have 420 Days of Weed Witchery, which looks so fun and is combining 2 of my favorite things, not even gonna lie. I have The Witch's Home. Love this cover. I think this really reminds me of my home as well, and there's even like a little black kitty just like Marnie. Slow Magic. This one is all about self-growth and transformation through spell work. He also grabbed me Wealth Witchery, which sounds amazing, all about manifesting wealth and the life of your dreams. I have A Feral Church, which I'm very curious about, so I do want to dive into this. And then probably the most exciting book that she has ever gifted me, because it is her debut book. It's called It's All About Astrology by Nicole Wells, Advice You Didn't Know You you needed. She did such a great job on this book. I actually was able to read a couple of snippets of it before it was published. And if you do purchase this book, which of course it's going to be listed down below, you might recognize a familiar name in the acknowledgements, which is so cool to have my name printed in a book, but even cooler that she published her own book. I don't know if I mentioned it in this video, but in a previous one I mentioned she's my friend from college and we were in the same English and writing programs at our school. And of course, as a writer and someone that like goes to college for that department, writing a book is such a dream come true to many of us. So I'm just so proud of her because I remember talking about publishing and writing books when we were younger, and now I'm holding her own book, which is just baffling, and I'm so excited to read it. She breaks down all of the zodiac signs and how they kind of function and like everything you need to know about everything basically. So cannot wait for this. And then her publishing company, it's called Llewellyn. I should have started with that. They also print tarot and oracle cards. And she also gifted me this beautiful Bee tarot deck. There's a booklet in here and the artwork is just stunning. So I cannot wait to dig into these as well. But those were all of the books and tarot items that Nicole gifted me. I received 4 ARCs from different publishers this month. So Spiegel and Grau sent over Forest Euphoria. This comes out May 27th. Celadon Books sent over Notes on Infinity. This book comes out in June. Bloom Publishing sent over an ARC of Hotter in the Hamptons, which I'm very excited about because this is a romance summer fling that takes place in the Hamptons by Tinks. The cover, it's so cute and it matches my little bikini tattoo. This book, I believe, comes out in May, so definitely be on the lookout because I think it's gonna be a pretty juicy one. I'm also so excited for this next one that Flatiron sent over called Total Dreamboat. This book comes out in June as well, and it's a rom-com that takes place on a cruise ship. I'm loving the Titanic moment on the cover. Those were all of the ARCs that I received, and then Amazon Publishing sent over an early release of a finished book called When Stars Align by Melissa De La Cruz, and they also sent over a sticker and a bookmark with this as well. And then I also got sent a copy of a new release by Art Bell called What She's Hiding, and this is a thriller. I love thrillers. I believe those are all of the books from publishers that I got sent this month, so a big thank you to all of the publishers that I just mentioned. And then a small business called Shelf Care sent over a blind date with a book for me to unbox, and the book that I opened was Anita De Monte Laughs Last. I've never heard of this book, but let me know if you've read it and would recommend it because I'm very intrigued. And a big thank you to Shelf Care as well for gifting me that book. And speaking of like being gifted a book, the sweetest thing happened to me this last month. So if you saw some of my Barnes & Noble short form video dream shopping series that I'm starting on mostly TikTok, I mentioned a book in there that I've been wanting to buy for a while but just haven't bit the bullet yet, and this sweet subscriber, viewer, friend, she reached out because she actually had an extra copy of this book and asked if she could send it to me. So grateful. Like, she definitely didn't have to do that, but she said she wanted to. So I'm so thankful to Heather because she sent over this brand new, it's in perfect condition book, Soul of a Witch by Harley LaRue. This is the 3rd book in the Her Souls trilogy by Harley LaRue that I love. I love it so much. It's Everly's book and I've been waiting for it and I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good. So big thank you. Everybody go say thank you Heather down below because she was so sweet. So thank you for this. Those were all of the books that I received this last month from publishers or were gifted. And of course my total for this category comes out to $0 spent. Moving on to category number 4, Little Free Libraries. I did find 2 books at Little Free Libraries this last month. I grabbed an Anthony Horowitz book. Let me know if you've read this and would recommend it. And then has anybody read For the Wolf by Hannah Witten? This is the first book in a series, the Wilderwood book, and I actually can't tell if this is YA or not. I know it's going to be a kind of like fantasy Little Red Riding Hood retelling book, but I haven't heard a lot about it. What did convince me though to grab it is Jodi Picoult is the blurb right here, and I love Jodi Picoult. So if she has great things to say about this book, she's called it a brilliant dark fantasy debut, so I'm here for it. I'm excited for this book. But those were the books from Little Free Libraries, and of course my total for this category also comes out to $0 spent as well. Which leaves us with our last category for the month, thrifted. So I went to Goodwill once, I went to the Goodwill bins once, and I went to a local thrift store once this month, and I acquired, I believe, 18 used books. Starting with the local thrift store, Summer Island, I was a little duped when I thrifted this book, not going to lie, because I actually already own a copy of this, but it's like a newer release print, different cover of it, so I didn't recognize it at all. But luckily it was only $2, and I actually do like to collect different cover editions of a book that I really love. So if I enjoy Summer Island, I'll keep both. And if I don't absolutely love it, then I'll just gift a copy of it to a reader that I think will enjoy it. But this one, like I said, was $2. And then from Goodwill this month, I went once and I got 13 books during the trip, including In Acceptable Time, Felicity Saves the Day. I couldn't resist. Did anybody else read Ever as a child? This was so nostalgic to see, I had to grab it. I found Honey Girl there. I could not believe this one. I also couldn't believe it, but I found The Rabbit Hutch as well, and I've been wanting to read this book for a while. Has anybody read Me and Emma? The back of this sounded really good. I've never heard anything about this book, but I wanted to give it a shot, so let me know if you've read it and enjoyed it. I found an Alice Hoffman book called Fortune's Daughter, and when I went to check what the publication year was, which, side note, it's 1985, I realized it's a signed copy. Cannot believe that. I grabbed this book on poetry called The Girl and the Goddess, which just sounds so good. I opened it to a random page at Goodwill, and it was like, the poem was meant for me. I related to it so much, and there's beautiful artwork in here as well. I also found another Alice Hoffman book. Unfortunately, this one is not signed, but I did check as well. It's called Here on Earth. And then I couldn't believe how lucky I was. I found a copy of Lucky there. And then I also came across this beautiful deluxe edition of Where the Crawdads Sing. The whole inside is basically like in color. It is absolutely stunning, and it has like this gold edge around it as well. And then, no shame, I did also grab this Egyptology book as well, because how nostalgic is this? How could I not? Those were 13 books that I grabbed at Goodwill, and my total for these 13 books came out to $31.12. Then, like I mentioned, I went to the bins with my mom this last month. I don't think it's out yet, but I did also make a short form vlog of this trip, so be sure that you're subscribed, because I'll post that to YouTube Shorts in a couple of weeks probably, once I edit and get that up. But I did find 5 books during this trip. I got this old book on minerals, which looks so cool and is going in the sunroom. If you didn't know, the Goodwill bins are like the wholesale bins, so everything is super cheap. All of these books were by the inch. It's only 69 cents per inch, and I'll share the total, of course, in just a second. What's really cool about looking for books at the bins is you'll find super cool, old, unique, like rare books, such as this book, which was published in 1929, called Modernistic Recipe Menu Book of the Homemaker's Cooking School. Also, it's signed, which just breaks my heart, Edna Peterson, and it has her address on here in Minneapolis. Wait, low-key, I think her address is really close to my partner's. I might have to look this up. That is crazy. This book is so cool because it breaks down like recipes and like how to cook, and like when I opened it at the bins, I opened it on this page with like a chart of like portions and how to feed 3-year-olds and 6-year-olds and toddlers and what to feed them. I thought it would be fun to put this in my kitchen as well. Has anybody read The Night the Lights Went Out? It's a thriller. And then I also did grab Revenge Wears Prada, which is the sequel to The Devil Wears Prada, because I also do have that book, and if I enjoy it, then like I'll want to read the sequel. I also couldn't resist, and I grabbed Mrs. Rose's Garden, which is a children's book about this woman named Mrs. Rose tending her garden, and there's like a little kitty that's on these pages as well. But those were the 5 books that I got at the Goodwill bins this last trip, and my total for these 5 books comes out to only $3.45, which if you divide that by the 5 books, it comes out to 69 cents spent per book, which is perfectly priced because, like I said, it's 69 cents per inch. So if you ever want super cheap books, find Goodwill bins near you and dig for books. These were such cool finds. Those were all of the books that I thrifted for the month though, and my total for this category comes out to $34.57, which now brings us to the grand total of how much I spent on books for the entire month. And like I said, I got 36 books this last month, and now that you've seen all of them and how I broke it down and gave your guess, the grand total that I spent on these 36 books, let me know how close your guess was, comes out to $70.73, which honestly, for the amount of books that I purchased, I feel like that's pretty good. What's even better is if you divide it by the 36 books, my average spent per book comes out to only $1.96, which honestly is a lot lower than the last couple of months that I've been tracking this. I feel like I did a pretty great job. But yeah, those are all the books that I acquired for the month of April. I am so excited about so many of these. I think I'm going to film a summer TBR list next, which I wonder if that one's out already. Check it out if it is, but I have so many more books to add that I cannot wait to dive into now. So thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you've read any of these and some books that you purchased recently. I love book buying hauls. I love seeing what other people are buying. And don't forget to subscribe for more. But I hope everyone had a wonderful April and happy reading, happy May. Cannot wait to see what books come into my life this upcoming month as well. Anyway, I'm gonna go film my summer reading list in the sunroom now. So don't forget to check that out, but I'll see you soon with a new video here shortly. Bye.